In this video, I'm going to show you the most powerful way that you can shape your reality. And if you know me, you know I'm not just going to tell you, I'm going to show you. Visually, I'm going to help you understand what you can start to do to actually shape and change the reality you're currently experiencing. I'm also going to share with you the mistake that most people make and how you can avoid it. I'm going to be using my guitar to help me do that. And if you watch until the end of this video, you're going to understand what you can start doing now to start creating the reality you really prefer to live in and the one that you really deserve. So let's get started. So to help you understand here, to get the most out of this video, it's going off the idea that you don't get in life what you want, you get a reflection of who you are being. And who you are being, according to Dr. Joe Dispenza, is how you think and how you feel. And ultimately, those actions you take because of those thoughts and feelings. That's going to send out a unique electromagnetic signature. For this video, this guitar is going to represent different electromagnetic signatures. But since we can't see that energy, I'm going to be playing different energies to give you this example so you can understand it the best. So this guitar is going to be playing and being different energies. And in just a moment, I'm going to change the camera so it's going to show you a mirror. The mirror is going to be representing your reality or your external circumstances. So realize that whoever you are being in life is what you're getting a reflection of. And the first part here is we're going to go over where most people get it wrong, where most people make mistakes, and where for so many years of my life, I did the same thing and I kept spending a lot of energy. I kept getting really frustrated. I kept feeling like no matter what I did, it was not changing my reality, and it made me feel really powerless. It made me feel really hopeless because nothing I felt I did changed it. But you're going to see in just a moment why that was happening. I'm going to play an example of what your ideal energy would sound like, what your ideal electromagnetic signature would sound like. Wonderful. So now you can see that this is actually just a mirror. I'm back over here. So this is my reality. So I'm going to have to play the chords. And then I'm going to hear that played back to me because I am causing the effect. I am the source and this is the reflection. Now, where a lot of people get it wrong is they are waiting for the mirror to send them back that energy so then they feel different and they have different thoughts and different feelings, and then they feel comfortable to take different action, and then they can be that way because of the mirror. So that would be like this. They are staying in their current state of being, their current thoughts, their current feelings, heavily rooted in your current beliefs and taking the same exact actions, but they're looking out in their reality and they're saying, why is this not changing? Or maybe there's some affirmations, maybe there's scripting, and there's effort and desire to change, but there's a hesitation and waiting for this to give you the approval, and then you'll really let go and change. That would sound like this. That's the energy you're sending out, and you're expecting to hear this back. And then when you hear that, then and it'll resonate. But you can see that if you keep sending out that first sound, it would never resonate with the other sound. So you can see that if you are still in that state of being where you're sending out that electromagnetic signature with those lower level thoughts and those lower level feelings about yourself, and you're sending that out, well, you're looking out into your external circumstances and you don't see that wonderful experience you're looking for, those changes in your circumstances. Because if I play these two sounds together, you can see they do not harmonize. They're not on the same frequency. They actually want to repel each other. There's dissonance. So what you'll resonate with is that electromagnetic signature, those lower level feelings, those lower level ideas of yourself. and the assumptions that you feel are true right now. And if you're like me, I wanted that outside circumstances to change to give me proof or validate me that I was worthy of a change, that I could do it. But what I had to understand is cause and effect. And the most powerful thing you can start to understand is how the law of attraction and the law of assumption work together. And Dr. Joe Dispenza would say, whatever you're sending out in your electromagnetic signature, the universe is going to respond and give you that back, that same equal energy back to you. So whatever possible reality of you exists, whatever spectrum of state of being you're in, that equal energy exists in the quantum field. And whatever you're being in that moment is what is sending out the signal, sending out information, and you're calling it back. You're attracting it to you. Neville Goddard would say that the feeling is the secret. The magnetic aspect comes from your feelings. That is the highest and the most powerful level of attraction. So that's why you can think and try hard to not have negative thoughts. But underneath it all, if you're feeling like you're not good enough, if you're feeling like you're not worthy, you have a lot of shame, those lower level feelings and emotions are a very low level of consciousness, high stress. And what are you going to attract and magnetize to you? You're going to magnetize and attract and also see the world through that low version of you. So people are going to show up in your life. They're going to treat you poorly. They're going to act out their own drama and their own trauma with you. And you're going to say, oh, look, all I can keep attracting are these people who treat me like shit. I must not be worthy. Or maybe you do think that you're capable, but you feel that no one else outside of you sees your worth. No matter what, that stems from an early on experience. Now, in my opinion, the law of attraction is the how it all fits together. Now, if you want to look at the what, you'll look at the law of assumption coming from Neville Goddard, and that is whatever you give permission or consent to be true. And this is not at a thought level. This is at a feeling level. This is why it's so powerful. And this is why you might be stuck waiting for that outside to make you feel different about yourself. But you keep spinning a lot of thoughts, which is the electrical part of your electromagnetic signature. But it's not as powerful as the feeling state. And the feelings come from my experience and my understanding of those early on conditions or the early on environment that you grew up in that formed the programs, the perspectives, the ideas you hold about yourself, the assumptions you have about yourself at the unconscious cellular level, that literally your body believes it to be true. So you don't look out and see all there is in reality. You look out and see life through the filters of your past. Unless you can start becoming aware of the programs and stepping out of them. Not using your willpower to break out in the program, but becoming aware of it and stepping out. And I use ABC, which is awareness of it. Oh, I keep attracting these people to me. This person, I'm feeling like I'm not worthy here. Okay, whoa, hang on. This is that old story. This is that old program. I got to breathe. I got to regulate my nervous system. I got to be aware that I'm not in that old story. I'm not helpless and powerless like I was when I was a child, relying on my caretakers. I can caretake of me now, which is going to pull back your authority, and then you'll be able to use your willpower to step out of it, which will look like a new choice. Awareness, okay, here I go. I feel really rejected right now. I feel like everywhere I look, no one sees my worth. Okay, I know I'm worthy. I know I'm lovable. And just regulate your nervous system in that moment. Because if it responds back to where it was when you were a kid, you're going to stay in that same energy, stay in that same electromagnetic signature. But every time you make a new choice and you step out of that program, you're literally reshaping your mind. Your mind is all your perspectives, your beliefs, your ideas you hold to be true about you, what you deserve. You will never attract to you and be able to receive something you don't feel you deserve. As you start to become aware of how reality is created, that you are going to need to start playing and sending out that electromagnetic signature before you see anything, before anything shifts. That shift is the shift. you shifting the ideas about yourself. If you grew up with a really critical parent or a critical sibling, and you think, oh, the reason they were critical is because I'm not very good. The reason they were critical is because of me. If you can just start seeing, you don't know why they were critical. Maybe they had a lot of trauma. Maybe that's how they were taught to be. But that's not a reflection of what you lack or what you didn't do or what you could have done. You literally could have done it perfect. And if they have their own stuff they're acting out, that's their own shit. And if you take it personal, which you impulsively do as a kid because you're trying to belong for your sense of physical safety, if you can start to see that the way that they treated you, the way people reacted, and the way that they behaved around you, who they expected you to be, the judgments they gave you, or the opinions they had on how you should live your life, has nothing to do with you. It is not your responsibility to live up to the expectations, opinions, or judgments of others. When you start to realize that and let go of those outdated early on experiences as having to do with what you lack, you can completely change your life and start sending out now that electromagnetic signature that actually aligns with your true value, your true worth. The more you start realizing this, and oh my God, it had nothing to do with me all this time. For me personally, I lived my whole life trying so hard to prove myself that I was worthy, that I was deserving of other people's love because of perspectives and reasoning I had as a kid before I had the capacity to actually reason on things. And when I look back now with the high function of my adult mind, which you possess as well, I can see that situation differently, which makes it so much easier to let go because I can see that was actually never true. I thought it was true, and in my mind it was true, but in objective reality, it wasn't true. And when I let that go, because I saw it differently, I was able to completely shift my energy, realize, oh my God, this whole time I've always been worthy. I didn't realize that, I've been trying to prove myself. When I do that, I self-reject. No wonder I keep finding people who reject me. The more and more I did that, the more and more I started to send out the signature now, the more I started to shift and shape my reality. I could start perceive of situations I hadn't been able to see before, start to receive things because I knew that I was deserving of it. The more you understand the bigger picture of law of attraction, that is the how it comes to you. The what, the content of what you're sending out is your assumptions, not your thought assumptions, but your feeling assumptions. The feeling is the secret, and whatever you feel to be true, it is what you will live to be true because that's all you can perceive. As you start to realize you can change it and you can let it go, the more and more you will reshape your reality. If you're still struggling with limiting beliefs, this next video right here is going to break down exactly how you can let them go. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. If you liked the video, hit like. If you haven't done so, join the community, and I will see you on the next one.